Good evening. How are we doing? I know, I started 1 minute late. I'm so sorry. How we doing, y'all? What's going on? Sorry, I was just setting up this real quick, like, oh, I'm moving now. Whoops. I was setting up this overlay. Yo, pretty squishy goose. Thanks for being a member for a month. You rock. So, we are here listening to your songs. Anybody who submitted a song in the Discord over the past month, really over the past like 3 weeks, I think it's been open. Yeah, green screen Dean. I don't know. I figured I'd try it. I don't know. Anyone who submitted a song in the last few weeks to the Discord track has a good chance to be on here. I'm going to get through as many of them as I can tonight. We had 91 submissions for this. Or 92, something crazy like that. So we're going to get through as many as we can in the next 3 hours. I'll tell you who's going to go first. First and foremost, it's patrons and YouTube members. Now, after last week's stream, there's a lot more YouTube members because a couple folks got very, very generous and made a lot more people YouTube members. So there's a lot of those. Members and patrons get first dibs on this. After that, it is first come, first served. So basically, first to post in there got your song in higher in the list. If you submitted 2 songs, I picked the more recent one you sent, even if your first one was sent earlier. I don't know. It's the first one I'm doing these. I'll figure out the logistics. There's a chance we get through all of them tonight. I mean, what's 100? There's a chance we get through all of them tonight. I don't know. We'll see. So we may not listen to the entirety of every song. After a certain point, you know, I've probably gotten all the information I can give advice on, and there's always more songs to be heard. Calvin had a question. Will I still wait for Friday Night Funkin' songs and make them? I'm not covering any more Friday Night Funkin' songs. I'm actually, that's like one of the main things I'm announcing in a video tomorrow, because I never really formally announced it. I just kind of quietly switched to making nerdcore songs. But I'm announcing a few cool things tomorrow, one of which is my online music school. If you haven't signed up for the mailing list over on quickstartmusic.com, I highly recommend you do so. quickstartmusic.com. Check it out. I'll put a link in the chat there. Hop on there. That is my brand new online music school. I have spent the last year building a ton of stuff on here. And I could actually show you a little bit of the courses. Let me just pop in there and you can see kind of what it's going to look like. I haven't finished editing the videos for it, so this is just the written material you'll see right now, but I'm basically building a whole online music school. I want music education to be like as affordable and accessible as possible. And so here's what it's going to look like. In addition to a video walking through literally all of this, but some people like to read, some people like to watch a video. So it's going to be a really freaking in-depth course, basically a textbook for how to make songs. And there are going to be courses on not just music production, but also music theory, mixing, arranging, playing different instruments, programming drums, everything you want to know, I'm trying to put in here. It's launching with 2 courses right off the bat. I have a ton more information about that coming tomorrow. But yeah, for now, just hop over to quickstartmusic.com and just put your name on the mailing list, because that alone is going to get you like a free trial, early access, and a discount on that if you're interested in that. If you want to watch the funny guitar man tell you about music. Yes, Victini. But hey, that's just a theory. I should start a music theory channel, but it's just Matt Pat. Without further ado, let's hop in to our very first song on the list. Oh, I'm excited about this one. Good. This is good. I'm very excited about this. First up, we have NitroWraith Dog Wars. Let's take a listen. Where's this going? This is like building in intensity. It feels like it's building towards something and it's gonna hit me in the face. Okay, so let's talk about this. Sorry, there's the chorus. Okay, let's talk about this. I think a few things may have set you off course from the beginning there, Nitro. One, did you make sure you matched the tempo of the original? I think you did. I think that did match the tempo. I don't think that was the issue here. The issue was, I don't think the vocals were aligned with your track. If you take a listen from the very beginning and we listen to where the beat is, da-ga-da-ga-da, that is beat 1. Da-ga-da-ga-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da 1 2 da-da-da, 1 2 da. Right? Yeah, let's not rag on people. We're all trying to be positive. We're all trying to make better music here, folks. So, if you think about where that beat is, da ga da ga da, you put the beat right on the beginning. Da ga da ga da 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 da. And now everything's just a little bit off. So as a result, everything it kind of compounds over the course of the song. That is like a classic mistake every producer makes. I've made that mistake. I've like heard songs wrong, and when you hear songs wrong the first time you hear them, like where the beat is, it can really, really mess with your perception of the song. I can't think of any examples that any of you would know, but there's like a lot of classic rock songs I've learned them wrong because I was thinking of the beat in the wrong place. So that's like definitely the number one issue here. I would say the other issue might be, I think you're in the wrong key. Dog Wars is in the key of, let me see. It's in F minor. Why is there echo on my piano? And I think you wrote this in C minor. If we take a listen to this. So you're on this whole other chord while the song, the vocals. Right? We're hanging out in a totally different chord. So, yeah, Dog Wars is in F minor. There's F. So yeah, those are your two big keys. Making sure that all your tracks are aligned and your beats are in the right place. And then second, making sure you're in the right key, right? Those are not easy things to get right. Those are things you got to practice. But awesome work putting together a song. Like that alone is such an achievement. Putting together a song and submitting it. Awesome work, NitroWraith. Very good. Yo, Power of Fresh. Gifting the memberships. Thank you. Next up, we got Bliss to Be with Inst Funk Funk Flipper, maybe? I don't know. Let's listen. Melody reminds me of something. I'm gonna turn it up. Okay, there's a couple things I have to say here. First off, this is really, really cool from an arrangement perspective. Awesome, awesome work, Bliss to Be, putting together these instruments, these drums, the bass, the strings you've got. I think there was piano in the sides, right? Yep. They're all in the same key. That is all very cool. Yo, Power of Fresh, thank you so much. You rock. You are amazing. Thank you. Power of Fresh, truly, thank you so much. So, the two things I think I could point out on this as far as something to improve, one is from a mixing perspective. I don't know if you can hear this, and I'm turning it up on the stream a little bit so you can really clearly hear it. There's a little bit of almost a distortion. It kind of sounds, and I don't mean this in a mean way, it kind of sounds like it's coming out of a broken speaker a little bit, because I think you're clipping. I think you've got it overloaded, and you might be clipping the master. Take a listen to this. It sounds like Detected from Hex. That's what the melody reminds me of. Do you hear that little bit of crunch? It's kind of like this crackly, it's not a fizz, but it just sounds like, not literally, but you know what I mean. Thanks so much. Man, thank you all so much. I love seeing the thing like, whoop, when I get the notification that someone gifted a membership. That's so much fun. It's the sound of the master track clipping and overloading. You want to make sure you're watching your volume, and what you really want to make sure of is that you're watching. Does anybody know what words I'm going to say? Who's got it? There's two words I'm going to talk about. What are they? More specific than mixing. Gain staging. Spike's got it. And I have a video on it right here. I'm going to link it in chat. If I can find my own damn channel. Here it is. This is the video.
Are you tired of
your most important mixing tool isn't what you think. It's all about gain staging, which is exactly the biggest thing I think you need to work on for this one, Bliss to be. Yo, thank you so much, Lopo. I really appreciate you being here. That's the biggest thing I think you need to work on in this song. Aside from that, the other two things I would look at here, one would be maybe your drums. Now I hear kind of a more cinematic drum feel here. And that's cool. I wonder if maybe this would benefit from a little bit more of a drum set approach and programming it more like live drum beats like a drummer would play. But if that's not what you're going for, that's totally cool. I do think maybe more of a defined chord progression would be good here. This kind of feels like a lot of instruments playing in the same direction, but maybe you didn't have a really defined chord progression to start with. And I think it'd be beneficial to write with a chord progression in mind from the start before you start getting these parts in. Cool. Really, really cool arrangement, though. Really cool structure of the song from all the instruments stacked on top of each other. I love it. Really good stuff. Great work. Next up, we've got ZhaneTheAnimator with Wow, I Something Good for Once. I love these names. I love the title theme samples. Good section change here. I like that it feels like a different part of a song now. Good job. That's something I don't hear often enough in Friday Night Funkin' songs. Yeah, I love the opponent's chromatic. Really good. Okay. If I had to offer criticism here. For one, I feel like my camera isn't like big. I'm going to make... Now I'm giant. There we go. That's much better. Okay. For one, I feel... I feel like maybe the instrumentation is a little off balance, meaning I feel like you have a really strong drum set, pretty solid bass line, and then the rest of the instruments are just kind of like this one weird bloopy synth back here, you know? And I feel like it would benefit from having a chord instrument there, a piano, a pad, something like that, instead of this lead synth that's fighting with your vocals. Listen to it. In this intro, it's playing like almost the same part as the vocal, but because it's in the same range, the same pitch, it's fighting with both of them. And you don't want your instruments to be fighting each other. You want them to all slot together like puzzle pieces. But instead, you've got a bunch of puzzle pieces stacked in one place and then empty space all around it. So take some time to really think about where each of your vocals fit in on like a vertical scale, imagining the pitch from low to high, and try to make sure you're filling in all that space and not double stacking in some parts. Cool. Awesome work, ZhaneTheAnimator. Next up, You're a Silly Goose with what looks like a monochrome cover. Okay. Goose, I think you were showing me this in the VIP General. I love this. I definitely feel like I've heard this. It's really good. Good drum arrangements, good instrument arrangements, filling out all that space behind it. And you rewrote the vocals to be, like, interesting in a new way. I love it. Yeah. To give criticism on this, it would be just some really like nuanced mixing stuff. I feel like maybe I'm not hearing as much bass as I would like to. You could consider boosting some of the low-end frequencies in the bass. Why does the chat do that? What was that? I need to contact Streamlabs and figure out what that is. The chat lags so bad. Okay. Maybe consider boosting some of the low frequencies in the bass, something around like 40 to 60 hertz. I'd have to like sit with it to figure out what frequency you want there, but that's what I would do. And you should watch some of the videos over on the Quick Start Music channel on using EQ and boosting to glue tracks together, especially to bring the bass out. The other thing is, I think maybe your drums might be over-compressed a little, especially when they're really kicking here. It could be the drum samples you're using, and I don't know if you're deliberately going for like a chiptune kind of sound. I feel like maybe the drums are a little... I feel like I can hear them pressing up against a wall, trying to get out to the listener, but they're just kind of like stuck behind glass. And I think maybe... I don't know if you're compressing the drums a lot, but I think if you are, consider increasing the attack time on that compressor to let more of that drum punch through to hit before it compresses down and clamps down. But that's just like where I would go with the mix, and I'm not, I don't think it's bad by any means. It's just where I would take it from here as far as the mix goes. Really good work on that, Silly Goose. Link main. Quick Start Music is going to be $60 per month. I did a lot of research as far as like what other people are selling online courses for. People are selling them for like 300, 400, 500 or more for just a single course. I didn't want to do that because I know most of my viewers are younger. They don't have a ton of money to throw around for courses like this. You might be saving up for college, So I'm going for a lot cheaper than that. I think at $60 a month, giving you access to everything. It's going to launch with 2 courses, but it's going to be literally dozens of courses within a few months as I just keep finishing these up and uploading them. I think it's a good deal. It's less than like private lessons are for like one private lesson most of the time. So I figured that was a good price point. Yeah, I'll see how it goes. Did I have any other questions about that? No, that's what I got right now. There'll be a ton more information on that real soon. Awesome job, Silly Goose. Great work. Next up, we have, I hope not actually, but it's the FBI with WX78. Now these are some chiptune vibes. Toffee, yes. FL will be launching the month after that. All the tutorials in FL as well. Yo! I need to hear this transition. So yeah, I'm having a little trouble hearing the opponent. Their voice is blending into the background just a little. These drums sound really good. Where'd I go? Where did I go? Oh, I know where. I'm an idiot. 1 second. I got sent to the Shadow Realm, sorry. I'm back. Oh, okay, so here's what happened. My wife got me this awesome coffee mug warmer for Christmas, and I plugged it in on my desk, and I forgot I unplugged my streaming camera to do it. So it's been running on battery this whole time, and it just died. So now it's plugged back in. We're back. Sorry about that. Okay, there's one thing I want to look at in this song. I think maybe something chord progression-wise might be a little not something I would do. Okay, so let's listen to this. Because here's what I'm hearing. Right? We got that kind of thing going on. We're in C minor, it sounds like. My favorite key. But here's the thing. The chords I'm hearing in the background are actually C major for the first one. So what we end up with is a minor melody and a major chord in the background, and we get this. And this doesn't work, you know? So you got to make sure that the chords you're writing are in the key you're writing with. If you wanted to do that progression that I'm hearing, this what I think you have is this kind of thing going on, which I hear like C major, D major, E flat major. It's if you want that bass motion, you can either write with chord tones from those chords, know, and now it fits. Or if you want to keep the melody you had going on, you got to work with chords from the key of C minor. So what I would do is a C minor, and you're going to hate me for this. I would do a B flat over D. That's a B flat major chord, but with a D in the bass. And then an E flat major chord. So we get... So... You know, that kind of thing. Is it just Friday Night Funkin' songs? It's whatever people sent. Most people sent Friday Night Funkin' songs because, you know, this whole channel. That would be my biggest advice on this one, is to make sure the chords you're writing with are in the key you're writing in, you know? Okay, next up we got... I gotta find the Excel spreadsheet I put together with this. I saw you mention this in chat earlier, Sir Jal. We got Dean, how could you? New mix. PowerOfFresh, thank you. Yes, absolutely. In fact, I'm gonna make sure I do that tomorrow. Danny Doritos Chromatic. Yes, absolutely. What is this? Huh? What? What is this? Sir Jal, if you're here, can you write those lyrics in chat? Because I couldn't hear them. This bangs. This is so solid. Eddie the Weird Kid, thank you so much. And thank you, PowerOfFresh, earlier too. Thank you, Eddie. You rock. Edie? Eddie? Thank you so much. Yeah, what is this vocal? I love it. Okay, yeah. Jal, this is so sick. Like, again, what we're looking at here is really just minor mixing things that I would adjust. It's really, really solid composition-wise, arrangement-wise. That's all there. You got it. The melody's great. I would say, if anything, like compositionally, I want to see where this goes. Yeah, if anything, I would say compositionally, maybe you consider taking it somewhere else for a section, because right now we're kind of vamping between these two chords. C minor again, really? We all just love C minor. We have these two chords, right? You know, and we're vamping between these two chords, and that's super cool. But what if we went to like, you know, that kind of thing. Dean, how could you? Disappointed in you. Using that piece of trash FL Studio is a no-do. That software is comedic. Such a joke. Come on, Dean, you must stay woke. You must do better than this. That's great, Sir Jal. So yeah, that would be my thought, is can you take... I love doing that when a song has been hanging out in one place for so long, to take it somewhere completely different is the best thing you can do. Isn't that Hotel California? No, it wasn't. That was. So, but Jal, that was so sick. On a mixing level, again, it's really, really good. I think maybe the vocals are a bit quiet. The bass is a little loud, and I think you could punch harder with the drums. but it's all so close. Like, it's all so good. I think a few more rounds of, like, listening to this mix on a few different systems, and you're there. It's great. Great stuff, Sergio. Awesome, awesome work. Next up, we got Kayden with Wife Forever, but Catherine and Kayden sing it. I gotta listen real quick to the original Sky. Okay, so that's the original instrumental. So what we're listening for here is how the vocals are mixed in with the original instrumental, right? And what I'm going to say here is that I think the biggest shortcoming here is that these vocals aren't lined up with the instrumental, right? It's not lining up at all. It's really early, I think. If we have like ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, like that kind of rhythm, what I'm hearing is like ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, like it's a little before the beat. When you're doing stuff like this, like, yeah, it's great to swap in your chromatic and everything, but you need to make sure you're listening to the thing you make, you know, and being able to really clearly say, hey, is this working? Is this on beat? Is this the right volume? Maybe it's a little too loud. I think right now, I know it's a cover, so you do want to showcase those different vocals, but I think maybe it's a bit loud. But most importantly, it's that timing thing for sure. But nice work, Kayden. Even just loading a chromatic into FL Studio is a chore. So good work. Good work. Next up, we got Foooooood with Too Late Pico BF. So maybe that's... Oh, wait. Does that mean... Oh! Haha! This is really well done. No, Pico doesn't need to be tuned. I love this topic. It's honestly spot on. Like, this is probably how Pico would sing. It's like a total joke, but also really well done, dude. That was great. That was so... that was great, Food. Thank you. Thank you. That was wonderful. Next up, we have Merci with Lust in the Air. Sounds spicy. Yes, that was one of my songs. That was a song I wrote for Carmen Winstead, which never came out. I was looking forward to seeing that. It's very quiet. Okay, so from a mixing perspective and a mastering perspective, this is really quiet, right? Like we can actually pull this up in Audition and see the volume of this compared to like the volume of something I would put out. Let's look at this compared to like Ink Demon is Coming. So here's Lust is in the Air, Lust in the Air. We're looking at negative 18 dB about, and here's Hide, right? So fundamentally, we can see the difference in the volume levels there. Let's see what happens if we actually pull this up to like a normal volume, and let's take a listen to it again. So what I'm going to say is I think the kick drum is way too loud. Can't really hear the bass, and I certainly can't hear anything else going on in the song behind the drum set. I think that's the biggest issue here. The rest of it's starting to come forward, more of that bass. But it all feels like it's hidden way back behind the bass drum. That said, this is a cool start for a song. Like it's got a bass line there. I think it would benefit from maybe some like chords or something. And yeah, that cymbal is definitely too loud as well. Drums overall were probably a bit loud. Yeah, vocal samples were interesting. I think it would benefit from having, some kind of melody for sure. But definitely some like chords and stuff going on in there. That would be good. But good work, Merci. That was cool. Next up, we have Piano with Look Into the Mirror. Got a good chord progression. There's the bass. Building towards something. I want the payoff. Nice little melody. Bass is a little loud, yeah. Oh, there we go. There's drums. There it is. Okay. So, I'm going to say you've got a lot of really good pieces here. You've got good composition, you've got a good chord progression, you've got a lot of good instrumentation, I think. I think what you need to work on is structure and arrangement in terms of what these instruments are playing and how you lay it out on a full song time scale. It got a lot better in the second half. You got these whooshes moving you into the next section. That's great. I think you need to spend some time developing the first half of the song so it keeps the momentum going a little more strongly. I think you're at the point where it's time to look into adding more little details and things, more of what Andrew Huang calls ear candy. He's got a really great video on that. Just literally search ear candy on YouTube. You'll find Andrew Huang's video on it, and it's a video about all the little details you never notice in songs, but that just make them feel so much more alive and professional. That's what I'd recommend doing next, and just giving a little more thought to the structure of how a song moves you through it, taking you from section to section. But that was really, really cool. Really cool composition there, Piano. Really, really awesome work. Next up, we have Kadatonical with It's a Me Sonic Mix. Is this from a Mario mod or something? Yeah, it's from Mario's Madness. Okay. I want to hear the original real quick, just so I... Oh, wow. Super different. I'm just listening to the original real quick. Okay, cool. Now to listen back to this one. Really, really cool guitar work. I'm pretty sure these are programmed guitars, right? It sounds like shreddage or something. Sounds good. Really good work on that with the palm muting, like you're programming it like a guitarist. I will say, those aren't the notes of the original chord progression. I know you've changed the key, which is totally cool. You're playing C, E flat, D. The original, if you moved it to this key, would be C, E, E flat. It's got just like this, it's an augmented chord. It's suggesting an augmented chord. And it makes things sound just a little messed up and broken. And I think what you've got here sounds really, really awesome, but that is missing compared to the original. Great mix though. Like everything sounds good. I'd maybe bring the drums forward a little. Vocals sound good. Everything's solid. Again, really good guitar programming. Great job on that. You're programming the guitar like a guitarist, and that is not something a lot of people get right. Very good work on that, Kadatonical. We got Prided Tuba up next. Prided Tuba is another one who entered the Hypnosis cover contest. Oh, I'm excited for this one. Kick Back. This is the Chainsaw Man theme, right? I kind of want to cover this. I know I'm not doing covers anymore. I think these are vocals like ripped from the original. Right, Prided? Great guitar program. Ben, that's because it's in Japanese. Jams DX, yo, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Longest fans ever. You rock. Yeah, that chorus is amazing. I love this song so much. I think... there's some parts that are maybe feeling a little disconnected. And I can't play the original on stream because I'll get copyright striked. Actually, I'm risking it with this one. I may have to trim this from the VOD. We'll see. But I feel like maybe everything's kind of stopping and starting a lot, and it doesn't always feel like that on the original recording. I would look to see... I don't know how closely you're sticking to the original guitar part and trying to like nail that part exactly. I would just see where maybe you're differing from it. Maybe lighten up on... It sounds like the palm muting is like really, really tight and cutting off hard. I think if you can lighten up on the palm muting effect on this synth guitar, you might get closer. But really, really cool stuff. Awesome, awesome work on that Prided Tuba. Great work. Next, we got Soladin. Soladin, if I remember, is a really, really awesome guitarist, I want to say. Plays a 7 or an 8 string like me. This is Farscape from Soladin. Mar! You can DM me a song anytime, you know that. This is good vibes. I might not have been thinking with the right person with the 7-string guitar thing. This is really good vibes. Okay, great vibes overall. Like, you have created an aesthetic with this song, which is not an easy thing to do, right? To get that right, to get a feel for a song, that is a difficult thing to do. I think maybe this would benefit from having a little clearer definition of chord progression. There's some times where it feels like you wrote a bass line and you wrote a melody and you didn't really have chords around them to kind of guide them in that way. I think you'd benefit from writing with a chord progression in mind from the very beginning, but you've got the mixing down. Mix sounds great, and you've got like vibe. You've got instrumentation and arrangement and stuff, and now it's just making that composition really coherent. So I'll be honest. I'm gonna let someone skip the line, because who doesn't want to hear a song from MarStarBro? This is a sketch for a cutscene song that MarStarBro is working on. Yo, Sir Jal, thank you for the gifted memberships. We're going to take a listen to a track from Marstar. Let's check it out. Making some drum and bass. Good vibes. Okay, this is so cool. Atmospherically, I have two things I think I would say about this. Yo, Real Foxy Man, thank you so much for the super chat. You rock. Okay, so super, like, you nailed the, it's like this unique, spacey, like, this sounds like Lava Lamp's look, and that's a good thing for drum and bass, you know? I will say two things. One, with the drum beat itself, it sounds like you've got like a kick and snare sample that you're kind of chopping between, right? That you've programmed into this loop. I do think what it's missing is that constant like timekeeping, either hi-hat or ride cymbal. If you listen to like traditional break loops, like, let me pull up a couple like drum and bass loops I have. Or I have the aside theme. If you listen to that, you'll hear it. Do you hear how that ride cymbal is sitting in between each of those hits, connecting the sound? What you have here, it hits really hard, but there's dead space in between each hit. And it feels like it's stopping and starting a little bit. I think just even getting like a little hi-hat or shaker or ride cymbal loop in there in between would really go a long way if you just add it right underneath, and it'll blend in nicely. I think that's the one big thing missing from this groove to take it into drum and bass territory. The other thing I think maybe this would benefit from having kind of really well-defined sections. Like I know you know exactly how to do this. You know, you've written so many songs that have such awesome, clear structure. And I think that's the one thing that you could take a step back and really apply to this. Think about what is the structure of this song. What's like the, you know, you have this point where the chords enter. Now, because this is a cutscene, you know, how timed is the cutscene? Is this like a press A to skip dialogue kind of cutscene, so you don't have exact timing, or is it tied to exact timing in an animated cutscene? If it is, then you can really time out these section changes so that things line up with the changes. But if not, I would approach this like any song you write, really having clear. Almost think of it like verse chorus, you know? But cool, you got such a good vibe going, Marstar. Awesome work. Always love hearing from you. Let's hop on to the next one. We got The Power of Fresh. This is ATS Reveal. I think I know what this stands for. I've seen rumblings of it on my Discord. Victina, yeah, send it over. I don't know where you are in the list, but when we get to yours, I'll switch it over to the one you send. Average trio sometimes, yes. So I've seen Shortest Duo Never and Average Trio Sometimes as like fan mods people are making in my Discord. I'm very excited to see where they go. Marstar, don't even worry about it, man. We love hearing from you. What song is this? It's like Last Reel, right? That's what I'm hearing. Is that what we're going for? Was that not on purpose? I've done that too, don't worry about it. I also get like Shaggy vibes in here too. God Eater. Okay, so I love like the energy in this, and structure is really strong. I do think maybe the chromatics are a little out of tune for what I assume is the character Average Trio Never, Average Trio Sometimes. Is it one person? Is it three? I don't know. I would check to make sure that's in tune, and the best way you can do that, I'll show you right now. If we hop into Ableton. So if you have a chromatic, I'll just pretend this piano is a chromatic for now. And you don't have to do this in Ableton. FL probably has a plugin like this as well, but I'm literally just going to put a tuner on the track. And this is like a tuner you would use for a guitar, like when you play a note and it tells you, hey, you're not in tune. So if you play a note and it's not showing, like I'm playing a C right now, and it's not showing as a perfect C, right? And it's doing that because I'm holding the pitch wheel down. But if you test your chromatic and you see it's out of tune, then you need to like take your whole thing and either shift it up a couple cents or anything. But when you play, it should be perfectly, absolutely in tune. I guess this grand piano is out of tune. That's weird. You get the idea. You want to make sure everything's in tune. The other thing is, I think maybe sometimes these melodies aren't really matching the key of the song. But again, it's hard to tell because I think the chromatic's out of tune. So I can't really speak to that. No, I really think it's just that the chromatic's out of tune. I think the composition's actually really solid. Marstar, don't even worry. Everybody loves hearing songs from you. Don't worry about it. You were doing us a favor, not the other way around. That is really, really cool, though, PowerOfFresh. Good job. I can't wait to hear the finished thing. I can't wait to see the mod. The mod's going to be so much fun. Here's D.MP4 with Musical Peril. Is this heavy? Is this going to be heavy? There it is. Tercero, thank you. Okay, this is so solid instrumentally. Really good work. I think what we would do to improve this... Okay. What I would do to improve this would be to get a double tracking effect going on your guitar. I talked a little bit about how to do this in my How to Make Metal stream. If you go check my live streams, it's somewhere in there. We got a build here.
3, 2, 1,
Oh! Now this sounds great. Yo. This is good. It's good stuff. I wasn't expecting that. So, I'm going to take a wild guess and guess that you've made a lot more EDM and dubstep stuff than you have metal stuff, which is totally, like, your dubstep stuff sounds sick, really solid. The metal thing, the only things I would change, I think you need to get a double tracking sound going on your guitars. And to do that, you can just run them through two slightly different amps and pan one to the left and one to the right. If you want to delay one of them by like 5 milliseconds or tune them up and down like the slightest amount, like 2 cents each, you can make it sound like there's two guitars, one playing in each ear, and that makes it sound huge. PowerOfFresh, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you for spreading the word. The submissions are closed. We got so many submissions. So you want to get a double tracking sound. The other thing, I think if you can, and I don't know if you can do this using the guitar, either sound font or VST you're using, I think you need to shorten the release time on the notes. Because right now they're kind of like dun, 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 dun. They're bleeding into each other a little bit, and you want like dun 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 dun, like tight guitar sound. You can hear as it goes from one note to the next, there's a little overlap between them, and that wouldn't happen on a guitar. As you move from one note to the next, it automatically stops the last one. So you want to make sure that's the case as well. But that is really, really sick, D.MP4. Great work. Next up, we got AdrianMello with Orchestral Metal. I'm imagining it's pretty much what it says on the can. Let's take a listen. It's like Mega Man X vibes here. Sonic Adventure type beat. Yeah, this is big anime vibes. I mean, this kills. This is fantastic, Adrian. If these drums are programmed, how? Sejii, honestly, go study what metal drummers are doing. Like, write parts you hear by ear, watch tutorials on how to play metal drums, and you will be a better drum programmer. Love that guitar lead. I mean, Adrian, this is fantastic. Like I said, the composition is there, the arrangement is there, everything is there. It's just mixing and mastering at this point. And like this is such a good place to be in for you. The only thing I think you're held back by right now are the quality of the samples you're using. And that's a really good place to be because you can just write such sick music that it overcomes that, like totally. If you listen to like Cloud Kicker's first album, he's using like the cheapest drum samples ever. He didn't even know he could program drums. He played them all in on his keyboard by hand, which is a crazy thing if you listen to those drum parts. I think, Adrian, you are now at that point where like your songs are sick. You keep writing amazing, amazing music. And then as you upgrade your gear and upgrade your software, things are just going to keep sounding better and better and better. You are at the point that most producers aren't. Most producers, they can spend whatever they want on, getting all the sound samples and everything. But if they're not writing cool, interesting stuff, it doesn't matter. You've got the cool, interesting stuff. That's good. Good work, Adrian. That was awesome. Next up, we got Pretty Squishy Goose with a cover of Talentless Fox. Let me listen to the original. Just because I don't think I ever actually listened to it. Okay, so this is a remake of the instrumental, right? Okay, really good work on the instrumental, I think. I think the drums are loud. If you hear that kick, it's just kind of overloading the whole mix every time it hits. It's too much. Back that up a little bit. But you've got good vibes here, for sure. It's spending time and just really working on the balance of things. That's the next step for you. Awesome work, Pretty Squishy Goose. Next up, we got PenGuinovich. With Experiment. Let's take a listen. The drums are clipping into the back rooms. That's accurate piano. I like this chord progression. Is this a cover? I feel like it is. Sounds familiar. Is this from like Lo-Fi Funkin' or something? I know this melody. It's killing me. If not, then it just sounds pretty good. Good vibes. Yeah, so let's talk about any criticism we'd have here. I agree with Marstar. From a mixing perspective, that guitar, the clean guitar, it's kind of fighting with the bass. They're both fighting for these low and low mid frequencies. Like everything from 500 hertz down, they're both kind of trying to occupy that same space. So something you could do is try to cut some of that space out of the bass with an EQ, maybe pull 300 to 500 hertz down a little bit out of the bass and let your guitar come through there. And then similarly, do some work between the clean guitar and the lead guitar to get them separated from each other. Watch my EQ video over on Quick Start Music. Just search Quick Start Music EQ and you should be able to find it over there. To get that down. The other thing is that sometimes some of these notes aren't working between the melody and the chords. Now, again, I don't know if this is a cover or not, but that note. I'm hearing that. Now, if you play that note higher up, it sounds nice. But when you're doing these more like discordant chords that bang up against each other, you can't get away with as much in the lower register. So you got to be very careful about the notes you choose down there. And now here again, we have that chord. So you got to be really careful about the interplay between your melody and your chords. Make sure they're agreeing with each other. And if they're not agreeing with each other, at least make sure your melody is a lot higher than your chords. Because listen, we can't get away with it down here. Listen to this. That doesn't really work. But if I move it an octave up, it sounds, we can get away with a lot more. See, that works, right? So that's a big lesson to take away from this. You can get away with really crunchy, discordant stuff if you separate it out from your chords by moving it up an octave or two. Good work, Penguin. Next is Quick 06 with Left Unchecked. It's a cover from, was this Hypno, right? Music never sounds bad, only jazzy. Good work, I need to listen to the original real quick. I can't keep all these songs in my head. Oh, cool. I actually like your version better. Yeah, we got a few balance things here for sure. But overall, you've got a nice mix of timbres. I love that stop. Yeah, as far as balance goes, I'm having trouble hearing the drums. I could hear the amen break in the background really well, but I could use like a good kick. Like when we're in that section, I want to hear, you know, I want to hear that kick drum really hitting hard. This mix feels like you've got the top half all arranged and then the bottom is just totally empty. So really make sure that's balanced. And yeah, I'm not a fan of the chromatic here, but I know sometimes you're locked into using like kind of an annoying sounding chromatic. I'm not a fan of this one though. But overall, like your arrangement is super cool. Great work on that Quick 06. Next we got The Instrumental Guy with Just Monica. Is this from? Yes. Oh, this is a oh, is this a song by what? Random Encounters? Yeah. I don't actually know this one. We are 20 songs in, Adonis. Very atmospheric. Again, I'm not familiar with the original, so I can't speak too much to how well you're adapting that. I like this. I feel like we could probably use drums or something here. I don't know if they kick in later. Yeah, I definitely think this could use more of a traditional rock arrangement if you're going in this direction. Again, I don't know the original, but I feel like you could use drums and like a really clear bass part, really orchestrate this like you would a metal song, you know? But that's good stuff. Let's check out what Retro's got. RetroRSP. Retro's always sending some crazy stuff. This is FC Blast Off. Is this from Bomberman? I haven't played Bomberman in forever. This is great. Yeah, this is great. Awesome job. Awesome stuff. If I have anything to say, it's that the drums sound kind of like muffled. I know you're working within like chiptune kind of vibes and chiptune limitations here, but there's a lot you can do with kind of finessing those drum samples to still come across really clearly having a kick and a snare. Hey, later, Marstar. But that was awesome. Great work, Retro. Very good work. That's for a mod you're working on? Is it for like a Bomberman mod? It's gonna be sick. This is Ddsad? Ddsad? I don't know. Swags 2. Here we go. Drums are quiet. This is definitely a balance thing for sure. You've got the composition here. That's good. You've got a chord progression. That's really nice. This all sounds good. But I can't hear the drums, and I'd like to. I like drums. Otherwise, good stuff in here. I'm liking it. I'll hop ahead and see what else we got. I'm upset because it sounds like you added some cool stuff in the background there. Like maybe I hear guitars and something. It sounds like the drums got more intense, but I can't hear them. Definitely like take time to really check the balance of your mix on a whole bunch of different systems. Test it in the car, test it on your headphones, test it just playing out of the speaker of your phone, like everything you can do to try it in as many places as possible because it doesn't sound different in different places. Next up, we got Dsuper with Spacey.mp3. Good work on that, though. It's like some hyperpop stuff. I love it. Was that the Taco Bell bell? This is so sick. This is really good. I'll be honest, I don't listen to any hyperpop at all, so I'm not super well informed about what is supposed to sound like, but this sounds right to me. Like, I think you nailed it, you know? So, awesome work, Dsuper. Yeah, the low end might be like a little excessive, but I feel like it's supposed to be with this stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it's a banger. good stuff, Dsuper. Those 808s that just destroy everything. It's great.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues.
I was really vibing until the burp, and then that threw me off. That was really good, though. Great work, Dsuper. Awesome work. The Fitness Gram Pacer test. Killing me. PiercingStar with the final version of Altered Revolutions. That's a sick title. Let's hear it. Retro, I have 80 more submissions to get through. So this says Cycles Ddsad remix in my music player. I was never crazy about Cycles. I'll be honest. It's not that I don't like it. It's just the other songs in Sonic.exe always were my favorites. So this isn't one I know super well. That said, you got good vibes here. The synths in the center are really obscuring the vocals. Literal chair. I'll be honest, we are barely like... We are having trouble putting together all the things we planned to put in the mod. I'm sorry. I think you've got a good arrangement here. I think you need to spend some time with an EQ. I think you need to cut some of the mids out of those synthesizers and maybe just consider rewriting the synth part because it's really just fighting with the vocals. That big arpeggio. That thing, like, you don't... That's living right where your vocals need to live. It's like if you were shooting a movie and you got, Robert Downey Jr. to star in it and he's here in the middle of the frame and then you just have some extra standing in front of him the whole time. That's what this is. That synthesizer is an extra ruining your movie. You want to make sure that the star of your song, the vocals, are like audible, and when you have other instruments playing in the same range, right where they're trying to do their work, it makes for some trouble. Is there a Verse LC Week 2 release date? I'm really, really aiming for end of January, but we all have so much going on. I'll announce a release date when I can. That was sick though, PiercingStar. Good work. Oxy with image 1527.mp3. Let's see what this is. Oh. Got some organ. This is cool. That high synth is maybe a bit loud. Okay. I'll be honest. You got a lot of pieces here. They're not all fitting together, especially that arpeggio that just came in. That's cool. I like that. This is cool. So what was that arpeggio doing in there? This is okay, and then this thing comes in, playing completely different chords. It's wild to me, everything else you have fits together really well, and that one thing is, wonky. And this is great, too. I wonder if maybe you, copied and pasted something in the wrong place, or just, shifted it a little off. I don't know. But you got a good start there. PowerFresh, yo, thank you so much. Thank you, PowerFresh, for the gifted membership. You rock. Hey, Manny, what's up? Next up, we got PlushArmy. With MF named Jake 23. It sounds like a really similar song. Okay, really cool movement in the vocals. This suffers from kind of that same thing I talked about earlier where the mix feels really top heavy. You can hear a lot of mids and treble stuff and there's just nothing going on in the bass. Like it sounds like there's nothing going on from like 200 or 300 hertz down. So I need that bass and those kicks in there. And maybe make the highs a little less crowded because they feel a little packed right now. And yeah, when you've got a really busy drum part and a really busy vocal and this big pad overwhelming things, it can feel like too much. You really want to balance what's going on in your mix. If you have a complicated part here, have a simple part behind it. Don't make them both complicated. It's like having two really strong flavors in your food that have nothing to do with each other, you know? Yo, TNEW, TNEW. Thank you for joining, longest fan ever. You rock. But good stuff. PlushArmy. Next up, we got Beebityboop. Beebityboop. Beebitybop. Strings Around the Roses. Cool drum part. Where's it going? This little string part. That cello part feels like it's a little out of time, maybe, but it's cool. This is a cool atmosphere we're building. So this feels like you wrote a lot of cool parts. You wrote a cello part, you wrote this little plucked part in the background, the violin over here, but it doesn't feel like they agree on what the chord progression is. It feels like they're playing kind of completely unrelated songs. This is why I always recommend composing from a chord progression first. Write your chord progression first and write everything else based on that. You've got such cool ideas in there, and now it's just time to make them agree with each other. But cool stuff, Beebityboop. Next up, we got FluffyYosh with a cover of a song from Hypno's Lullaby. I need to hear the original just for a second. Right, just to remember the vibe. Okay. Good drums. I love these fills. A little bit of a balance thing here. I'd love to hear more of those drums, less of the vocals maybe. I know it's a cover, so can't say you got the composition. But it's clear you understand how this song goes together, which means you can write stuff like this too. That's great. It sounds sick. Awesome work. What's the Saster part everybody talks about? I don't know this song that well. Anyway, awesome work on that, FluffyYosh. Really good job. EnderSkore is up next. With Command. PowerOffResh, thank you. How should you write FNF vocals on a riff? Real quick, and I kind of talked a little bit about this in, I think, the metal writing stream, but you probably want to aim for the pentatonic scale in the key of the song. If the riff is like related to chords, you can use the chords that the riff is based around, like Back in Black, your guitar riff, the shoot. You know, it's really three chords. Even though it's a guitar riff, it's actually E, A, E, D, A. So you could write in the key that has those chords and use the chord tones from those, like I've talked about. But if it's a riff that doesn't have a chord progression to it, like even if it's just chugged power chords, that kind of thing, you really just want to rip pentatonic stuff over top of it. You know, that kind of thing. You can use the blues scale, all of that. Here's EnderSkore's Command. Cat Brother, we're doing one of these every month, I think. Woo. This is a good vibe. Salamander, I have not gotten to you yet. I actually don't see you in my list. Did you submit one? This is sick. Is this an original? Hey, later, radio. This is really, really good. The only thing I would work on is spending some time mixing-wise to get those drums to really hit. Hey, what's up, Salty Fox? Spend some time with that kick drum, whether it's with an EQ, a compressor, or just using a different sample. I really want to get punched in the face by that kick drum. And yeah, maybe vocals are a little bit loud. This bangs. Really nice work, EnderSkore. Next up, we got OneBigParadox with Metacarpophalangeal. Cool. Building. Filtered drums there. So there's some balance stuff I'm not super clear on here yet. Is this gonna hit me? Let's see. It feels like that was supposed to be the big drop, and I don't think it hit as hard as I wanted it to. Like, you're doing a great job with those breaks, chopping and slicing them. Sounds sick, but you got to think about: is this gonna deliver? Let's hear it. What? Excuse me? That wasn't what I was expecting. What happened? What happened here? What the hell is going on? Intruder? Is that you? What the hell is going on? Yeah, thank you, PowerOffResh. I was also thinking Amori vibes. Absolutely right. Thank you. This is wild and crazy.
That's not the movie? I know that.
Is that Joey Bean's voice? There's some wild stuff in there. I don't know what you're going for exactly, OneBigParadox, but you did a lot of things there, that's for sure. I think like you could, if you want to go in a more produced direction, spending some time with the balance, spending some time with more structure stuff. I don't know. It was wild. I don't know what you're looking for there. It was really cool though. I appreciate how much like work and thought went into that. It was super cool. Next up is Sejii. We have kale, not the vegetable, but something else entirely. Okay. Good composition, good arrangement. What is going on with your drums? Like, you recognize your drums sound like they're being played in like a glass box, right? Is there some like crazy filters on them or anything? Yeah, I think the melody's a little loud. And the drums are just like weird, man. I don't know. I don't even know how I'd make them sound like this. Because you've got such a good composition here. It's a good song. It's good writing. And something funky's just going on with the mixing. That's all. I think you're in a stage that I was definitely in for a very long time, Sejii. And that is when all you have is an EQ hammer, everything looks like a nail, and you think you need to mix everything. You need to mix it so hard. But you don't actually. Most sounds we're working with are pretty freaking solid out of the gate. Like, most drum samples are great. Most, synthesizers built into these DAWs sound great. And we really just need to get the balance right. So I feel like maybe you overdid it with EQ on that, or maybe you had a reverb on there that was set to all the way to 100% mix or something. But those drums sounded funky. But good tunes, Sejii. And I know you can write good tunes. I've heard stuff from you before. So that was solid. Just like, see what's up with those drums. Next up, OffbeatShark with Accidental Sonic.exe. Been there, man. Swing tune. Okay. Oh, Sejii. Okay, cool. That's a cool thing to do for like a tiny little portion of your song. But when the whole thing sounds like that, it feels like it's waiting to get somewhere and never gets there. I love doing lo-fi effects like that at the beginning of songs, but then you gotta like let it rip and just let it actually hit people. Let's take a listen to this. Drowning jazz. Victini. Vocals are loud. That's kind of a running theme tonight. I think everybody tends to mix their vocals a little too loud. There's a vocal sample. I want to hear the drums. If you take anything from tonight, it's that your vocals are too loud and your drums are too quiet. Everybody, just assume that's the case. Turn your vocals down, your drums up, and your mix will be better. This is cool, though. Like, you've got a good song here. I'd love to hear more chord progression stuff going on. But I think you've got, like, a good sense rhythmically and structurally. I would just love to see more chord stuff, but I could say that for literally the entire Friday Night Funkin' scene. Next up, we have Color Splash with Route 101. Some Pokemon, I'm guessing. Yeah. Good vibes. I don't know if you did this by ear, you loaded in a MIDI, or what, but I like the instrumentation you chose. This is nice. Yeah, if anything, I would say maybe spend some time learning to program drums and write a drum part that could fit under this and could really push it to the next level. That could be really cool. How many songs left? We got about 50 songs to go, I'd say. Next up, we got Matt, with Catchy and Cutie. Yo, Power Fresh, thank you so much. And yeah, that's something I tweeted about the other day. I said, like, the single best thing you can do is to listen to music outside of Friday Night Funkin' and really get to know it. I can tell when someone's only listened to music within Friday Night Funkin', and only made Friday Night Funkin' music, and it really helps to listen to stuff outside it. Yeah. Here's Catchy and Cutie. A little quiet, boost it up. Hey. Okay. I really like a lot of things going on in here, but there are some very, very questionable notes in here. Notes that really disagree with each other. Take a listen. I'm hearing this. I'm hearing an A minor chord with a B flat on it. Right? That's what we're hearing here. And then this one also has that two notes next to it. You really got to watch your chords closely. You got to make sure you're not stacking weird notes on top of each other like that, especially in the low range. Again, this is something you could probably get away with if you split away that more discordant note. Like here's that B flat major with an A. That's that second problem chord. If I just move that A up an octave, it sounds beautiful. But because it's down here, the other one still doesn't really work, but still, moving discordant notes apart from each other really helps things out. Sonic.exe did a lot of big damage to Friday Night Funkin's compositional style. I think it had a very strong effect on Friday Night Funkin' composition, and it caused kind of a narrowing in the sound. Which is no fault of MarStarBros or Jaceres or anybody else who composed for that. But it is unfortunate that the way people got into it means it's kind of all they listened to. I would actually pull the drums back a little bit here. Yeah, those chords are trouble. You got to watch those closely. Good stuff, though, Mateus. You did a good job of putting a lot of pieces together. Just got to watch those closely. 2OP with a cover of the Brawl Stars theme. Sick. Let's check it out. 2OP has the most, like, the driest sarcastic humor, and no one on Twitter gets it. So whenever 2OP is commenting on my tweets, like, I think they're hilarious, and everyone gets really mad at them because they don't know they're joking. Let's listen to this. Whoa. It crashed. You crashed my music player. This is solid. That lead is loud. I would bring that back. It's a balance thing. Balance is like the one thing you can do to, more than anything else, to make stuff really, like, work, you know? Like, mixing is important, getting EQ down and all that stuff is important, but really just, like, setting your volume levels in a way that lets you hear everything is the most important thing. The music was too OP for your music player. There you go, PowerFresh. That's the joke. That's it. That's the one. Yo, good work, 2OP. That was great. Great stuff. Like I said, it's all balance. It's all about balance. This is Hide and Seek by Ameshi and Moon, or Ameshi/Moon. I really, really want this to be what you say? Ooh, that you only meant well. Well, of course you did. But I kind of doubt it is. Let's see. No, it's not. It's not an Imogen Heap song, unfortunately. Still cool. Let's check it out. Yo. Good guitar riff. From Among Us. Nice. Jodo, what's up? Okay, so is this a cover? Like, is this a full cover from another mod, or is this an original song based on the Among Us theme? Got that bell. There's definitely some classic in the harmonies and stuff. Still pretty solid though. Got good vibes. There was like a couple notes, in the middle that I wasn't crazy about. Yeah, something about the piano chords in the background. I was hearing like some weird diminished chords up there. Overall, pretty solid stuff though, Ameshi. Good stuff. Next up, we got Cheesus Sliced with Rando.wave. Good vibes. I like it. That melody is maybe kind of far back to here, like just slightly. So I talk a lot about music as like this kind of vertical, like spectrum, right? You got your low frequencies down here, your high pitches up here, and then everything in between here. This is a song that feels like it has a really strong fundamental low frequency situation. And then the melody is up here, this little flute, right? And then the center is just kind of wide open, empty. And I think maybe this would have benefited from having that melody down an octave in this range and filling in this space. You really want to be aware of this whole vertical space in your song of pitches. PowerFresh, thank you so much. PowerFresh, you rock. Thank you. This is good, though. Good stuff, Jesus. Good work. I like the chord progression. I like the bass line you wrote for this chord progression. That's really cool. And there's some chords filling it in. Okay, now this is solid. Good. Good stuff. Good chord progression changes. Like, you got it. You got it all in this one. I love it. Yeah, keep at it. Heading in the right direction, Jesus. Good work. Next up, we got TNEW. Kit versus John. Boss battle real. I love that this makes for really clean, like, visualization. The bass tone. It's cool. Say anything, I think maybe your vocals kind of blend into the background a little bit. I would experiment with some EQ stuff to try and cut out some of those mid-range frequencies from your instrumental so they don't fight the vocals. Yeah. At this point, you're looking at clarity is the thing you want to work on. Like, I think you've actually got pretty solid balance here in terms of volume set. But yeah, people are saying that it sounds loud, and the truth is it doesn't sound any louder than like any other song you'd hear. Like, so for example, if I pull this into Audition, we can see, like, you've got, obviously it's loud, but like, so is Hide. And if we take a listen to it, like, here's how loud Ink Demon is coming. Right? And then we compare it to yours. Let's take a listen. They're going to be the same volume, right? But yours sounds like it's too loud because everything is fighting for this space up front. Everything's trying to be in the front of the frame. It's like you're shooting a movie and every actor is trying to stand right in front of the camera at the same time. If you listen to a mix, and I know I'm holding up my own mix as like a perfect mix here, or anything. It's not, but like, you can hear everything. What's important is up front, and what's isn't is back here. Everything got its own range, right? That's the best thing to work on. I highly recommend watching my EQ video over on my channel, Quick Start Music. I think that should help out a lot. But great work, great like writing on that. And yeah, I would consider maybe trying some different vocals out, like maybe try some chromatics. As those will just naturally stand apart from the instrumental a lot better. Good stuff though. Y'all just saw the spreadsheet I've been working from. Sorry. So, yo, I needed a way to like scrape all the files you sent in that Discord. And so I wrote a bot. Well, I didn't write a bot. I had AI write a bot. I had ChatGPT write me a Discord bot I said, write a Discord bot in Python that'll read through all the messages with an audio file attachments in a channel, create a CSV file listing them, send that file as a message and respond to the command collect. CSV attachment should list each message sender's name, file link, file name, and whether the user has any following roles as a Boolean, meaning true or false, patron and YouTube member. And it gave me some code. I said, whoops, I forgot. Can you also put the date in there too? And said, yeah, cool. And it just wrote this thing, and I loaded it into a bot I had prepared, Songbot, who I added to the Discord, and he just spits out like this beautiful CSV file. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I love ChatGPT. I use it for a lot of things now. I use it for brainstorming video ideas, all kinds of stuff. I used it for Christmas shopping. Just to brainstorm ideas. This is pending deletion by ietsy. Heavy. Love this bass. That like picked muted bass sound. It's so sick. This is great. I think maybe it might benefit from some mixing stuff, but your composition's spot on. Again, those drums feel kind of in the back and kind of obscured by the vocals. It feels like a loop that maybe doesn't have enough going on in it. Doesn't feel like there's enough going on up here in the high register. Yeah, spend some time with the mix, spend some time with the arrangement of it. You've got the composition down, and that's the hard part for so many people. You've got that down, and now you're onto this other stuff, the details of it. You should check out that ear candy video I mentioned earlier, Andrew Huang. Great channel to watch for everything. Next up, we got Wonton Supatavius with Vess. Ooh! You got the stank face. Getting to like hardcore territory. I love it. Wonton, this is sick. I got nothing. I mean, it's just bangs. This is great. Love that little lead sneaking in the background. I like this one a lot. good. I got nothing to say, Wonton. Absolutely killed it. Next up, we got Millie D with Ultimate Remastered. Yo, what's up, Nick Blur? That's you? This is Shadow? Nice. So this is one that I'd love to see everything a bit louder. You can look to some of my, I think my metal mixing tutorial. I talked a bit about the master channel, what you want to do to really push this louder. Because this is really sick. I'd love to hear more of that instrumental forward. I'd love to hear those guitar tracks double tracked and spread out left and right to either side of the ears. Because this could hit so hard. The parts are great. The writing's great. I love it. I do think sometimes the vocals are kind of like, I don't know. I don't even hear Friday Night Funkin' vocals as melodies anymore. This is kind of in like you did a good job composing Friday Night Funkin' vocals. It's just not the kind of vocals I enjoy. I like ones that have more of like a song you could sing, you know? And this is just like the Friday Night Funkin' vocal thing, you know? So that's a personal thing on my part. If those are the kind of Friday Night Funkin' songs you're into, then you nailed it by all means, which is most songs. You got it. It's just me being an old fart. Here's Kill Switch with the menu theme for FPF something. Oh. I wish that bass was lower. That hit hard, though. I think that bass should be an octave lower, though. Just imagine that bass really crunching, hitting real low. This is good, though. I would have loved to hear it change something there. We hit 16 bars, and it was time to change. You want to change something at least every 16 or 8 or 4 bars. You want to be right on those marks. Adam, thank you so much for joining members. You rock. This is sick, though. You got good vibes. Really good vibes, Kill Switch. Snowy. Snowy 7 is up next with Corn. This is going to be like Freak on a Leash. Tell me it's just... No.
What do you like about corn?
It has to do. I can't imagine a
What's happening?
thing. It's cold.
It's corn!
I'm going to die. Okay. Good job sampling these vocals. Like, that's impressive. It's not easy. I'll say we're kind of in like that monotonous territory of like boom, 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 boom. It's the same one note over and over again. I know you're going through a chord progression, but like the rhythm, there's nothing breaking things up, and it's just this constant barrage of boom, boom, boom. I would take some time to maybe write something with a little more space in it, you know? Let me just hop through, see if there's anything else going on. Yeah, I mean, dude, 4 minutes of that's tough to sit through. So I would really try to spend some time rewriting the background instruments. Like, I like the chord progression you have going on, but try changing some of the like the rhythm of it creates space back there. But good melodies. Good job sampling those vocals. That's cool. Evil Kitty with Susie's song. Finished. I hate giving feedback on something that says finished because I just know I'm ruining someone's day. We got a Pico song. This is cool. Feels like I want it to hit harder, you know? Doesn't feel like a ton is... Doesn't feel like there's a ton of support behind the vocals. There we go, it's getting stronger. You got this lead thing going on? And it's getting in the way of the vocals. Everyone does this. I'm never a fan of a lead like that. There's that one in the freaking background of Dad Battle that you know, the melody's going, and then this stupid synth in the background is just like wee woo wee woo wee woo wee woo the whole freaking time, and it just gets in the way of everything. I never find that these improve a song. I just feel like they take up space and distract from the vocal. If you want to do some kind of thing in the background, you could either move it lower and make it a guitar riff, make it a real low thing, or you could make it like shorter plucks. But even then, I feel like it would distract. I just really don't like putting any kind of melodic thing in the same range as your actual melody, you know? But I think you've got good overall vibes in there, Evil Kitty. Really cool stuff. Great work with the Pico samples. Good stuff. It's just finding that balance and really arranging things in a good structured way. Next up, we got I with Manic. Yo, wait, that looks so sick on the visualizer. Check it out. There we go. I like where this is going. Where is this going? Pretty squishy, yes I do. This isn't Z-Game, this is just an OBS plugin, but I do make my visualizers in Z-Game. I really like this. I love those little trills. I want to see where this goes. Does this build towards something bigger, or is this the peak, you know? Kind of feels like this is the height of intensity we're going to hit. Let's skip ahead, though. I love the melody. Like, such cool things going on in it. I would love to hear the rest of that instrumentation come forward, though. It feels really quiet in comparison to the melody. It feels kind of small. I know this is another one that's like trying to stick to chiptune vibes, but you can do that while still being like loud and punchy, you know? Like I've again, I hate bringing up my own things as like an example of what's good, but I do think you can do like an NES sound while still staying punchy. Like here's Thorns. Like it's 8-bit, but it's still loud, you know? Those drums are still mixed for punchiness. Anyway. That was cool. That was good stuff, AI. Here's Razor the Musician, parentheses, Road to Success, with Despair. Nice piano part. I recognize the second chromatic. What is this? Yeah, we got green hilt. This is good. I like it. I don't mind it. I'll say maybe from an EQ perspective, you could probably cut some of the mids out of the instrumental so they're not fighting the vocals as much. Check it out. I can show you exactly what I mean by that. Like, let's grab an EQ. Drop this into Ableton for a second. I know if I cut around here, it's going to clear up. Right here is causing trouble too. Like you can just hear how much that reduced. You can hear what trouble this range is causing. It's stuff that should be done in the mix. I can't really fix it here. But you want to be really cautious of what's going on in this mid-range and make sure your instrumental isn't fighting with your vocal too much. Watch my video on EQing and mixing over on Quick Start Music for that. This sounds really cool, though. Like, you did a great job composing this. You mixed in the Green Hill theme in a way that wasn't super silly, like so many people do. I'm not saying MarStarBro, like in friggin' You Can't Run. It's brilliant. I love it in that, and I love it in this. I've just heard it in so many other places that's silly. Next up, we got Duckley with Silly Little Ending Theme. This bass is really cool, but it's maybe a little grating at this length when it's this exposed. This is sick, though. How much do these headphones cost? I'm gonna sound like such a jerk when I say it. These headphones are like $400. But this is my job. I have to listen to things for my job. You don't need $400 headphones. I didn't have $400 headphones until this year. This sounds sick. This is so good. Again, I'm always going to want my drums like further forward. And yeah, big Shovel Knight vibes. I love it. Like Shovel Knight, Castlevania, it's all in here. It's so good. This is really, really good, Duckley. You nailed it. And you're in the spot of like maybe some very subtle mixing things that could take this to the next level. Spending a little time with maybe separating out certain instruments more and then gluing together stuff like the bass and the drums a little further. But it's that subtle last like little 10% of the mixing process just to take it to that next level. Sick, Duckley. That sounds so good. Next up is 1TZ Zorai. I don't think I've played Insert Text here yet. This is Concentrate. Thunder. Sounds like maybe stuff's really overcompressed. What's going on with that piano? I like this. I really like this. I just like... Something's funky with the piano volume. Is there like a crazy compressor on there or something? I'd say vocals could come back a little bit. Oh, do you have like LFO tool on your piano or something? Like a sidechain on the piano? Because it was doing it even when there wasn't a kick, and that was feeling weird to me. But it sounds amazing here. Vocals are still a little loud. I think you could probably bring the rest of the track forward. I like your sidechain concept. I just think maybe it's a little over exaggerated here. It feels like maybe it's really sensitively reacting to every sound, and it sounds kind of stuttery as a result. I'm giving this criticism because I think this is a really, really good track, and I'm getting nitpicky because it can bring it to the next level. But this is a great composition, great arrangement, overall really good mix. I just think that sidechain is a little too intense. Next up, we got Deathmar, Rock Music. Deathmar is really into like the classic Doom soundtrack, that kind of thing. Not specifically Doom, but like that era of PC soundtracks. That's a crazy line. Yeah, so you got riffs, you got a lead going. That's cool. Want to hear where it goes? It's just kind of going and going, non-stop shred. I'd love to hear like a chord-based section, you know? You got back to the riff. That's cool. Oh, there we go. I think maybe that noodly section just went on a little long. Harmonies. Yeah, this is sick. Yeah, you got great stuff going on in there, Deathmar. You definitely nailed that like classic Doom soundtrack sound. Good stuff. Inferno with Motherboard version 2 final. It keeps crashing. Something funky happened there. That may have been my player. I'm not sure. Okay, so this one's pretty quiet for one thing. I had to like boost everything all the way up to hear it. It's not bad. You've got everything in key. That's good. It's perfectly fine. I love to hear more like singable melodies and stuff like this. But if you're going for the fast, you know, currently popular Friday Night Funkin' sound, again, you nailed it. I'd love to hear more of like a melody. You know, like think of the songs you listen to. And if all you listen to is Friday Night Funkin', I really recommend listening to some other stuff. Like, see what's popular on the radio right now. Listen to some of the best pop music, and rock music, and metal from like the last 20 years, and really get a sense of like what music can be outside of Friday Night Funkin', because it sounds like you're kind of stuck in the Friday Night Funkin' thing. And there's a lot you can learn from outside of Friday Night Funkin' that you can apply within it. Someone asked, am I cutting these into clips or DMing everybody the feedback? I do not have any time to do that. I'm sorry. The best I can do is put a list of every composer in order in the description. And maybe someone can go through and like do timestamps and stuff. That would be sick. And then I'll drop that in the description. Next is IDK by Darkstrop. Heavy. Yeah. Man, I love this. This is great. Good. Sick. I love it. It's good stuff. I don't have any advice for that one other than the usual, like, you need some slight mixing work. I think it's solid. Bangs. Good drums, good guitars. Again, it's one of those things that, like, you're kind of at the mercy of, like, the level of sound effects you have to work with, the level of samples. But you're making great music. It's solid. Keep working on your mixing, keep working on your mastering, and as you improve things, it'll get better and better. Good stuff. Okay, next up we got one from Victini, aka Epic 74720. This is Okay, so I was just dropping new vocals over it. Either way, you did a good job. Everything was on time. I would say the vocals were a little loud, probably. But that was good. Good work. Nice stuff. Retro, I'm going to come back around to you if we get to the end of the list. Don't worry. Next up, we got... I lost my place. Hang on. WhiteYellow Circuitry. I saw WhiteYellow in here earlier, but I think they may have had to go. With Hopeless. A WhiteYellow Circuitry. I never made that connection. Feels like maybe this is overloading a little bit. Flipping just a hair. What's going on there? That's kind of cool. I love those bit crush synths there. Yeah, you got good pieces all fitting together here nicely. That synth was just getting a little crunchy there. I'm not sure what's going on. I'd love some bass here, I would say. You really want to get that full stack going. You want your drums, your bass, your melody, your chords, all with each other, all holding it together. Yeah, this could definitely use some bass. It's cool though. You got an atmosphere going, which is one of those things that's really hard to build. You got a vibe. I could picture like the game that could be for, or just the overall scene. I was seeing like dystopian future kind of like Blade Runner vibes. It was great. Uh-oh, Dean's sick. I'm not sick. I just got like this. I swallowed some tea funny earlier, and it has been hanging around all night. Next up, we got Sparta White. That was awesome, by the way, WhiteYellow. Good work. This is Sparta White with, I don't know. Got vibes. A nice little chill, like kind of lo-fi trap beat situation. I like it. I'd love to hear where it goes. I'd love to hear some stuff on top of that or after that. Move into a new section of the song. That could be really cool. Next up, we got Mow the Snowball 2000 with Embrace, an FNF Lem song by Mow the Lion 2010.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Hello, I'm Gregory, and this is my room. We're going to have so much fun together, just the two of us.
What is this
we
from?
can look at the stars together. We can read a book together. We and stare into the glorious flames of the fireplace together.
What is this from? Nailing the creepy composition style. I'm digging that. I'd love to hear more of the drums here. I mean, it's hard to tell, like, depending on the vibe you're going for in this. This could be right, but it feels a little empty. I want to hear more bass. I want to hear more drums.
Embrace.
A little time change here. It's cool. It feels kind of empty to me, but I think you got good vibes. Next up, we got Soba Noodles. Now I'm hungry for Soba Noodles. I used to make those all the time for lunch, and I never do anymore. I don't know why. With Ameshi remix. What? I just gotta hear the original from Hypnose. I just wanted to hear how much you remade. Cool, you did it yourself. It's sick. It sounds great. I'd love to hear more of those drums. Everybody has their drums like a mile away in the background. Why is that? Vocals are loud, drums are quiet. That's always going to be my feedback here. Good structure, though. Good arrangement. Like, you've got all the parts together. It's just your drums are so quiet. Sounds sick, though. Nice work, Soba. And now I want to go get some Soba Noodles. We got 350 with Unstable. Oh, I love that back and forth between the guitar. Choir. I want to hear those drums louder. You should watch. There's a video by Nolly that I highly recommend. Sounds great. Choir's like a little loud, but you've got all the pieces here. It sounds really, really good. There is a video by Nolly Getgood, who's the guy behind Get Good Drums. He was also the bass player of Periphery. He's mixed like every big metal record in the last few years. He's amazing. This is a mixing tutorial by him. Just search just search Nolly mixing, and you'll get it. This video is incredibly, incredibly helpful. This totally reshaped my whole mixing process, and I mix a lot better after watching it. I highly recommend watching it. And I suggest that because you're writing a metal tune here, and those drums just aren't hitting me the way I want them to. I want big, huge metal drums. But your songwriting is awesome, and your production is awesome. Great work, 350. Next is Leo ZX9 with I'm Concerned, Solo Killer. Maybe don't? What? Okay, this is crazy, Leo. This is live guitar. This is a real guitar. Okay. This is so sick. I love it. There's way too much compression going on here. Those guitars are being so squashed, they're losing all their attack. I think we're way over compressing the guitars. But your song is so sick. It's just this mix is like, it's a little over mixed. And it's that thing I was saying earlier, when you have a compressor, when you have an EQ, everything looks like a nail. You know, you just want to compress the heck out of this, EQ the heck out of that. When you've got great drum samples, you've got great amp simulators, you're already like 80% of the way there. It's just a little bit of work to connect these pieces. This is sick. This may not be live guitar. This may be really good sampled guitar. I take it back. That was very convincing sampled guitar. Damn, well done. This is sampled guitar. I know this. But before it sounded live. Damn, good work. Sick stuff. Yeah, just take some time, lay off the compressor just a little bit, but that was awesome. Great work, Leo. Next up, we got Zekra Minor with Finalver. Maybe final version. I don't know. Let's listen to it. Cool guitar parts. That wasn't the vocal I was expecting to come in, I'm sorry. Okay, honestly, kind of dealing with the exact same thing here. We got over compression, leading to the whole mix kind of feeling like it's pumping in and out. Like it's a good song, good composition, good work, but that compression is really eating your guitar tone. I would lighten up on the guitar compression, bring it forward a little. Try to make sure you're double tracking so things get out to the sides, out of the way of your vocals, which are in the center. It's cool though. It's cool though. It's just a little too crushed. I would watch that same mixing tutorial. Next up, we got Joker's Wild with Ghostface Friday Night Funkin'. Heartbeat's creeping me out. What is this?
Scary night, isn't it?
I'm having trouble with that chromatic, I'll be honest. Okay, you have an atmosphere here. You have a vibe going. That's good. This chromatic isn't doing it for me, I'll be honest. It makes it really hard to tell what note's being sung, right? It's tough.
Nobody kills me, friends.
Most of your instrumental's pretty cool, but it feels like maybe the piano's disagreeing with the chord progression. I don't know. It feels like the pieces don't totally fit together. And yeah, that chromatic's making it hard to hear anything. But you got like the rhythms going, and that's very good. That's like an achievement for sure. All right, good stuff, Jokers. Next up, we got KesBug07 with Fun War. Love that synth lead. Might be a little loud, but I like it. These drums are so quiet. Where are the drums? There they are. Good, we're good. left some hi-hat or something. That's good. Oh, there's Pico. Is this one of those songs where, like, everyone's in it? Okay, so, for example, during this section of the song, take a listen to it. When Pico starts singing, what am I supposed to be listening to? Should I be listening to him or the synth? Because they're both really trying to get me to listen. I feel like I'm distracted, pulled in both directions. You got too many things going on. Don't have two complex things happening in your song at the same time. It's distracting. You got good pieces there, but there's just too many of them. Next up is something that's breaking my text situation. I can see Silver Boy with Dave's song. Let's check it out. Kai, you should look into Utao. That's the best way I've managed it. We got a bass. We got a lead synth. I want some drums. Give me drums. Please tell me there's drums. I want drums. Okay, so here's the thing, like, this would be sick with drums. You've got a good riff here, and you just need to spend the time to actually fill it out into the rest of a section. Like, if I were to pull this into Ableton, and then did this, bear with me for 2 seconds here. We'd have a whole different song. That didn't come in the tempo I thought it did. What is the tempo here? Oh, it's probably 120. Never mind. I have completely misjudged the situation here. Now I really want to do it, though. Hang on. That's like 130. Okay. See, you could get like a vibe going. Get some snare. You just need some drums, you know? Put some drums in your songs. Put drums in your songs. I like drums. Next up, it's True Mori. That's a sick bass line, though. I like it. True Mori with Piercer. So piano chord progression. There's the amen break. I want to hear like some actual kick and snare, you know? I want to hear it hitting harder. There's just no body here. There's no fullness. There's no punch. It's just that same chord over and over and over again, right? You did a good job with the breakcore part of it, but I want to hear some drums. It should punch. Songs need to punch, you know? You want it to go hard. That and the melody is just like, you know, it's a billion notes per second. I know you all want to write like really fast, really hard songs, but just try like writing songs you could sing for just once. Just try it just once. Because again, I can tell that all you listen to is Friday Night Funkin', and I need you to go check out something else. I'm begging you. Next up, we got Citro. I don't mean to sound harsh. I'm sorry. I really don't. It's something I see more and more in this scene is people who have literally grown up only listening to Friday Night Funkin' at this point, and there's so much else out there that will help you make better music. Here's Metashock. I like the drums. We got drums. This kind of falls into the trap of like, you wrote a bass line, you wrote a melody, and they have no idea what the other is doing. This is a bunch of notes. They're all in the same key, which is great, but I really recommend writing from a chord progression so you actually have a goal to go with. Otherwise, it's like you and a bunch of friends said, let's build a building, and then you all grabbed bricks and just started putting them in places, and then you stand up and look, and it's like the craziest shape you've ever seen, and it's not a building by any means. That's kind of what we ended up with here. You got a lot of notes. They're technically in the right key, but they're not building a song. So I really recommend watching my How to Write Music for Friday Night Funkin' video and building a song from a chord progression. I think it'll go a very long way. Next up, we have Sketch Guy with Rushy Feel. Is this going to sound like Rush, like YYZ? Is that what we're going for? Do we have drums? Yeah! This is kind of sick. I love those stops. Did you sample the aside theme? Was that these? What's that? Wait for it. Did you sample that? It sounds like it. Or did we both just steal that from the same thing? This is really sick. I love it. I think maybe that bass is sitting kind of weirdly in the middle range when it could be like... This is sick though. I don't know. I love it. It's all over the place. It's wild. I think maybe some work could be done mixing-wise to glue things together, but it's really good. It's wild. It's its own thing. It's really funky. I like it. Victini, I have no idea what rubber band is. Next up, we got Gassed. Level Run for Your Life, but it's a Friday Night Funkin' song. Oh, I'm sorry. I got off by one. I'm sorry. Gassed has Hype Beat. What did I sample then? It was just a horn sample from Splice. It was like a horn section that went like boop, ba-doo, ba-doo, boop, boop, ba-doo, boop, and I just grabbed the first boop or whatever. Here we go from the beginning. That beat does go hard. I'm not a fan of like the piano stuff that happened in the beginning, but this hits. I love this bass. I need to learn how to do that. That's sick. So like those chords don't technically work together, but it's one of those things where the song's already like grungy and messy and you can get away with chords that don't work. It's up to you. This is sick. I'm gonna let it finish out. Yeah, that's so sick. Cool. We're gonna hop on to Multiverse Creator 1, 2, 3. This is Level Run for Your Life, but it's a Friday Night Funkin' song. Inst.wave. There's about 20 left for folks who asked. I think we'll wrap up in like half hour. How many songs did I listen to? It'll be 92 by the end of the night. Oh, it crashed. Why does it do that? I like this. This sounded cool. That plucked string is pretty loud. I would bring that back. Hear the drums. Where are my drums? Where have you gone with my drums? Cool. But I need those drums. And again, it's a balance thing, right? Fitting all these pieces together. Next up, we got Vexel. I know they're in the back. I know they're there, but just like they're not where I want them to be, which is punching me right in the face. Next up, we got Vexel, King of the Void, Agodi. To hear more of a melody, but this is like more of that rap kind of feel where it's just rocking between a few different notes. It's a good beat, but the melody's kind of leaving me lacking. Like, is there anything going on in the melody? There's notes, but it's not a melody I want to like sing and get stuck in my head. It's a good vibe, but it's not getting stuck up here. The track's good. The instrumental's sick. I like it. That's good stuff. Good work, Vexel. Next up, we have someone named Gaming with a classic. This is not Megalomaniac. Sick, though. It's not Megalovania, but it's sick. So it's definitely a megalo, you know, in that genre, following the structure of Megalovania. That's sick. I like it. Yeah, I like it. Cool vibes, Gaming. Good stuff. Next up, we got Phantom Omega with the ominously named version 2.3. Oh, yo. This is the one I heard. I've heard this, Phantom. Phantom showed me this in the VIP section. This is sick. This is gonna be good. Yes, this is monochrome, yeah. I think the vocals come in at some point. Or is this just the instrumental? I forget. Oh, it is, yeah. I love those jump scares. In that case, then this melody thing you got going, this that thing, I think it's going to conflict with your vocals when you hear them all mixed together. I would pull it back or change it to maybe some kind of percussive, like a bell thing. Ding, 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 ding. And move it up an octave, get it out of the way of your vocals. You want wide open space for your vocals. You don't want anything else resembling a melody in the same range as your vocals, because there's already enough going on in a Friday Night Funkin' song. You've got this duetting thing, back and forth, crazy nonsense. Why are you also adding in this loud melody sitting in front of them? You know? And I know it. I think it's in the original song too. But I would take some editorial liberty and get it out of there. People keep asking how many more songs are there? There's a lot. There's still so many songs. I don't think we're going to get to the point where we could do seconds from anybody, really. In fact, I think I only really have a couple more songs in me. I've been up since like 4 o'clock this morning. It's now almost like 11. So I'm sleepy. So I think we probably only have a few more songs in us. We got Madness Chrome next. Is this also monochrome? It's called Madness Chrome. It is. That is pure chance these two ended up next to each other, by the way. This is a random draw. Okay, this is like, it's missing some pieces, right? It's missing bass. It could use some drums, unless... Okay. So we've got the pieces here, right? I think it could use bass. I think it could use a proper bass. And I think you could spend some time learning to program drums the way a drummer plays. I think you could watch some drum tutorials, watching and learning how a drummer plays a drum set, and then start programming your drums like that. I think that's the best thing anyone can do for improving their drum programming, is go watch some actual drummers play things on YouTube. Watch drum tutorials for drummers, not just for drum programmers. Because you want to program like a drummer plays, and understanding how that works is the best way to do that. Power of Fresh, thank you so much for the gifted membership. You rock. 2OP with the gift there, receiving it. Next up, we got Krieger with Getaway. Excuse me. We got some vibes here. It crashed right at that moment. I don't know what's going on with my audio player. Is it going to drop? It's building. We're going somewhere. I was hoping there was bass or something coming. We got drums. That's cool. So this is another one of those ones where you've got all this fullness down here from the drums, but there's no bass. There's no chords really going on. And then you got these wheelie wheelie synths up top. Everything in between is a little empty, you know? I think you gotta think about the fullness of that. And yeah, that build-up was short. It was very short. I think it could have like stood to breathe a little bit longer. Take a listen to songs you like and really map out the structure of them. See how they works. See how they works. What am I saying? see how they all fit together. It's really helpful. We're gonna just see, I'm starting to lose steam. We're gonna listen to one more song. This is from Scarecen The Megalomaniac. Let's take a listen. This is Dedocker. Oh, come on, just play a song. Just play the damn song. Yo, Wonton, your song was so sick. Sounds like monochrome. Again, I can hear all these cool things going on way back there, buried by the vocals. Where are they? They're over there. The whole band's like 10 miles that way. That was sick. It's good. It's good stuff. It's just the mix has all of it hidden back there, you know? Nobody's mics got turned on. Exactly, Sejii. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up there. Am I going to cover the other songs before next month? I Yes. So I'm still figuring out how to do this, right? Like I got literally hundreds and hundreds of submissions in there, and I'm just one dude, right? So from my point of view, where is chat at? What you're seeing on the screen is what I'm seeing in my chat. So this is actually pretty caught up right now. Yeah, I mean, I we have limited time here on stream. I could, with the amount of submissions you all send, I could literally be on here 24 hours a day. But, I gotta make music for y'all. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm going to figure out a way. Yes, I'm going to do another stream where we complete all the submissions from this round. I think going forward, and yes, Retro, we already listened to one of your songs today, dude. Like we gotta be fair here, you know? So I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna set up some kind of like lottery thing for the next one so people know their songs are coming up. And yeah, I'll set like a limit on it. It'll be more organized next time. This was only the first one of these we've done. Well, I guess technically the second, but still. Want to roast a song of mine? Sarah, send it to me in DMs. I'll roast you later. But I'll put it on the next stream if you send it to me. I'll put it in the second half of this one. So yes, we will finish this out. I will make sure I get to everyone who submitted a song in that feedback stream, and then I'll open it up again after that for the following month. So we'll do that stream maybe next week. And I'll let everyone know beforehand where their song is in the list, because I know some people were like hanging around waiting to hear it and didn't get to hear it. I'm sorry about that. I also think the list I pulled didn't get everybody who submitted one, so I need to double check the code in what I ran through that and make sure I actually get everybody. So this is going to get better and better. Don't worry, it's going to get better as it goes. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for submitting your songs if you did. And I'm sorry if I didn't get to your song today. I will in the next stream, I promise, if you submitted it in that round. And then we'll open it up for the next submission. We'll get to it soon. We're going to figure it out. Don't worry. All right. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll have a video to post in the morning for you, kind of like an end-of-year roundup, talking about where I'm at, what I've got planned, all the cool stuff I want to show you all very, very soon. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go get some sleep. Good night, y'all. Amazing work, everyone. Bye.